I was the one you always dreamed of. You were the one I tried to draw. How dare you say it's nothing to me? Baby, you're the only light I ever saw. I make the most of all the sadness. You'll be a bitch because you can. Hey, welcome in. Hey, Queenie. Hey, Fry Carrie. How are you guys? I'm gonna turn this down. Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome in, welcome in. It's been a while for me. We're gonna start a giveaway. That's always a good way to start. All right, let's start a giveaway. If you want to share, that would be awesome. How's everyone doing today? All right, so for our giveaway, we have this little pocket. Hey, Agnes. All right, be safe. This is my first time back in a while, so this little pocket for the giveaway with a little resin flower. This is made from an envelope that was embossed. I just have a few tags in there. So you can glue that into your junk journal or use it however you like. Or your other choice, I have these paper ruffles. So you just put glue on the back of the paper and you can glue it into the edge of your journal like that. So it sticks out of your journal. So I have a few scrap pieces of ruffle. So you can choose the little ruffle pack. And you also get some tabs. So it's paper and fabric. And you can just glue it into your journal. Maybe a little fabric tack. How's everyone doing tonight? Or this afternoon? Hey, Des, how are you? So these little scraps is one choice, or the pocket for the giveaway. All right, and then we'll do a buyer's giveaway at the end of the night. And what we're going to make tonight by request is one of these slider pockets. So this is built in to be the closure. I put a little pocket in this one with some journal cards. And so the slider button holds it closed. So I'll show you how to make one of those. We'll probably do a different size than these little wide ones, skinny wide ones. Same thing on this one. Just little journal cards I made that go in the pocket. But you could make this closure for anything. It could be in the front of a little journal. It could be, hey, Loper, welcome in. It could be a little folio. You can have pockets that swing out in different directions or sew in papers for a journal too. So that's where we're going. Get in that giveaway. I do make digitals if you're new to me. If you want to check out some of my past digitals, you can see the previews there. Or you can look me up on Betsy. And I do have one new little kit I was going to show you today. This is just a quick one that I made this week. It's called Scrap Girls. Hey, Beck. Welcome in. And we have some background pages. So here are some background pages. Oops. I'm going I'm confused which one I'm doing. Yeah. I got them mixed up. Okay. So we have this background page. I did them front to back, so that's why I'm mixed up about which ones are which. So just some collage background pages. And then you get these Scrap Girl cards. So mixed media scrap little dolls. All right. You get 6 of those pages and 5 pages of backgrounds. And I'll list this if you want to purchase in a few minutes. We'll finish our giveaway. It's about ready to pull, so get in the giveaway if you're not in, and I'll show you your choices for the giveaway. And then 2 more pages. Thanks for the follow. I haven't been on lately, but this summer I'm a teacher, so I'm off of school. So hopefully I'll be on a lot more. Hey, Deb, welcome in. Get in that giveaway. So, your giveaway choices. Beck, congratulations. You can choose this pocket. It says Unbreakable Bonds. It's made out of an envelope that's embossed and it has a couple little tags in it. Or you can choose the ruffles. You can put these on a journal page. It's sewed onto a paper strip, so just put glue there and you can put it on the edge of a page sticking out. Looks pretty cute on a journal. Or use it however you want, but you get these scraps. And then you get these tabs you can glue onto a page too. You're welcome. Would you like the fabric scraps or the pocket? Your choice. And thanks for coming. You could say fabric. All right, perfect. Those are coming to you. Hope you enjoy. All right, put those in a little pocket. All righty. Congrats, congrats. All right, we are going to make this little slider. Okay, sure. Let's go through that. So you can buy this 2 ways. I always do my digitals. You can have it printed. This one I'll print on the light cardstock 110, single sided when I print it to sell. Or you can get a digital copy and you can print it as many times on whatever you want. Okay. So I'll show you both listings. You have to buy these in the buy it now. So I'll pin both. If you want the digital copy, go ahead and purchase that. And then just send me a message saying you want the Scrap Girls. And then if you want it printed, I'll pin that one next. So let me know if you have a preference. But you get the 6 pages and then the 5 background pages. So $5 for it digital. And I'll email you. You just send me your email in the messenger, or I'll ask you for it if you forget. And I'll email you the link to download. And then you can print it as much as you want. It'll be a PDF. Okay. Thank you for your purchase. And if anybody wants it printed, because I'm printing it on a 110-pound copy paper, let's see, it'll be this one here. So if you want this one printed, that's the listing for it to be printed. Thank you, thank you. All right. And if you want to check out my previews, just do the listing in the buy it now that matches. All of these listings will be the large one. So that will be sure. So if you go to bit.ly/PTS preview, this shows you a lot of my kits. And I can bring it up too if you want. Once you're there, just purchase the one. If you want it digital, just purchase the one that's pinned right now. Thanks, Agnes. Agnes likes to buy them too because she loves not having the papers from like estate sales and things that may leave some odor for allergies. Let me pull that up. PTS preview. And it's just a Canva slideshow. Oh, is it not coming up? Oh, I wonder if my link is broken. Oh, there it goes. Okay. It worked. Scared me. Let me turn this light off. And it just goes through and gives you a preview. So all of these pages will be full scale, but this is the queen bee, and you see the different pages. And these fuller kits usually have tags and words and all kinds of things. So on. And I like to make a lot of my pages so that you can fold them in half and have one side on each of your journal. And I like to mix up my pages with book pages and painty papers to make it interesting. So if you want to spend time there, you may. I don't have a schedule quite yet for the summer. I'm trying to work out when my daughter's working and get that figured out. Hey, STL doll, welcome in. All right, but if you have more questions, just let me know. And then this is Scrap Girls. All right. All right. And we'll do our craft first, and then we'll do our sale. Let me show you. I have these little journals I've been working on. I have 3 different sizes. But if you are looking for a little journal today, let me know. We can look at some of these. They're all fabric covers with paper mixed in, and they have some of my digitals in them, so you can see how that's built. And you'll see the fabric tabs I used on these, and also the little ruffles. Okay. Thanks, STL. How are you doing? And these are all 2 signatures. So we can look at those in a bit. Thank you. All right. And they all have, well, most of them have sari silk. A few others have different fibers, but they're all sewed in with wax thread. Oh, good. Glad you're doing well. All right. So what I'm going to show today is how to use this little slider, how to create a little slider as a closure. So you could use this in any of your journals. So if this was your journal in a bigger scale, this could still close your journal. I showed this a while ago, and I never got to do the tutorial yet. Just got too busy with life the last couple months. But here we are. All right. So I'm going to just start with scrapbook paper, I think is what I'll start with today. So I just grabbed a piece that was two-sided. Hey, Faithy, welcome in. So we don't need the whole thing. And the measurement of the size of your pocket doesn't really matter. I'm probably going to do 4 inches so I can get 3 out of a 12 by 12. So 4 inches in width is what I'm going to go with. And that's the only reason. The one we're going to make today is going to be a little more square than this one. Hey, Karen, welcome in. How are you? All right, 4 inches is where we're going. And if that listing is bothering you, just swipe it over and I'll try to, let me see if I can unpin it too. Um, unpin. There we go. Hopefully that helps. All right. Now let's trim off that little extra piece on this one. Okay. Move my camera so you can see everything. There we go. Oh, I didn't turn my light back on. That would help, wouldn't it? Maybe. Does that help? I'm going to go grab the other light real quick. It seems dark to me. I don't know if that helped either, but we'll go with it. All right. So I'm going to use this way. I'm going to decide how big of a pocket I want. So I'm not measuring. I'll tell you in a minute about what it is. Let's see. We'll make this kind of a, let's cut off a little bit because that's 12 inches. Let's cut off about 2.5 inches. It's just too big. And then we'll have some extra. All right, now we're going to fold this up so we have a nice flap too. Not that big. Yeah, maybe like that. Sure where my bone folder went, but we'll go with it. All right. And then we'll just fold this over. Let's leave a little bit of space. Maybe 1/2 inch. Increase that so we're even. There we go. All right, let's try one like that. I try to get it so even, and then sometimes it still stays crooked. All right. Now, let's see here. We need to get our X-Acto knife out. So we do need to do some precise cutting on this. So I have my little, don't really need it, but I always like to cut on this mat. An X-Acto knife. I think that's my sharp one. Yep. And a ruler. So the key is to put it into the center, like have a line for your center. So this is 4 inches. So 3, if I put it between 1 and 5, 3 is going to be my middle mark. And we'll do a pencil mark to start with. So I'm going to go just a little bit to the left of the 3-inch mark. And where is my pencil? There it is. All right. So you do want to do a pencil mark on this because we're going to use the X-Acto knife. We don't want it to go too far up, but enough so it will hold that flap in. And enough. So this was like a 1.5 inch right there. So I want it to come down to probably the 5, right before the 5. Because I want my whole circle to be below that. All right, something like that. Might be down a little too far. We'll see. Now we'll come on to the other side of the 3. All right. Has anybody else had some good weather? We've had a lot of rain this week. How about you guys? All right, that line just matches. Let's see if I can bring it up. So that way, that's the center in between those two lines. Okay. I'm going to draw my line across the top and the bottom. Hey, Kat, how are you? All right. We are making this little closure. How's life going for you, Kat? All right, so I'm going to open it up and I'm going to cut the top first. Okay, we're not going to do the bottom part yet because we need to do something else to it. So just the top. Go slow and be exact. This is where my patience. Oh no. Oh no. Well, I'm glad you're okay. Oh, I will. I've just been totally off whatnot the last few months for survival mode as far as just getting life together with school ending and grad. I had my big practicum grad class. So I was in survival mode, doing the bare minimum and putting family first. So, hey, Hilfra, welcome in. Thanks for understanding. I'm glad you're okay. That's scary. All right, now I'm going to take my pencil again because this flap, I only drew on the bottom part this far, right? So now I'm going to finish that line because we want a hole all the way through. Okay. Oh no. Okay. So now we're going to cut that big long one out. Thanks. This is some DCWV. It's called Vintage. I got this before our Joann's closed. All right, let's cut that one out. Remember just to do the single side. I'm going to use the help of my ruler because I cannot cut straight that long. And then the other line. Oops, see, I already went off. It's our prototype, right? All right, let's cut this out. All right, let's fix that up with some washi tape, shall we? Let's see if I have any out. Thought I had seen some. Maybe I put it all away. Washi tape fixes everything. Use some gold marble. How's that? Add a little bit to this side too. There we go. All right. Now, if you want, this would be a good time to round your corners, ink it up. I also sewed the edges, not to keep them sewed together. Well, I did for the pocket, I guess. It kept the pocket together, but just I think that made a nice little touch on the edges. But that's not necessary. Hi, Chicken Run. Welcome in. We're not going to do that today. Just I don't like getting the sewing machine out on camera. It's too much. All right, let's ink that up a little bit. So if you purchase something, make sure you stick around. We are doing a buyer's giveaway at the end, and we're going to do more selling too if you want to buy something. but no pressure. All right, let's ink the inside. Oh, let's round these corners too. Hi, Ike Bono. If I'm ever saying your name wrong, let me know. Welcome in. Okay, we're getting there. This side doesn't need as much inking. All right. Now we need some circles and we need that little closure. I think I'll ink a little bit in there too. All right, for our closure, I'm going to use cardstock so it's a little thicker, a little more sturdy. We need about 3/4 of an inch. And I got this idea from Brit Creates on YouTube. So it's not my original idea. So 3/4 of an inch is the width of the strip we need. And then we're going to go by 3 inches. Okay. Then we're going to score. So we're going to score at 1/2 an inch. This is 3 inches long, the whole thing. So we'll do 1/2 an inch. And we'll score at 1 inch. And we're going to turn around and do the same thing. 1/2 an inch on this end and 1 inch. Did I move it? Yes. That wasn't long ago either, was it? All right, so this is going to be our slider mechanism. That's what's going to help our circle slide up and down. Okay. And now we need some circles. So we'll make at least one pretty one. And I'm just doing, this is 1.5 inch. You could do smaller, would be great too. Too much bigger, you'd probably need a bigger project though. So I just like to find something pretty. Let's see, we want the big rows. Yeah, like that's pretty good. Okay. Ink that up. And I might come on and do this tutorial one more time later at night this week or next. I have to get my schedule planned and set it up. All right, so what I did with my strip is I'm taking the inside and folding it over, and then I fold it back. So the inside fold in and then back. Welcome in, Shells and Trisha. How's everyone doing? Oh, does it not keep the replays? I've been off for a while. Oh, I am double streaming to or multi-streaming to YouTube, so or YT, sorry. I'm gonna get in trouble. So if you go to YT, you'll see it there. So it'll be saved. All right, so we have one that's not gonna be strong enough. So I'm gonna do some more cardstock. So we'll do about 3 cardstock circles behind it. If you just search my name, I think it's Paper Trail Amanda. You'll find me there. Also, a summer project. Hopefully, I can get more videos up there. All right. Hey, Lou, Who, welcome in. I'm gonna just stack my circles up. And then make sure they line up all the way. All right. So we have our 3/4 inch by 3 inches. On each side, we scored a 1/2 inch and then at the full inch and 1/2 inch and a full inch. Then we folded it in and then we folded each tab back. Okay, that's going to be for our slider. And we'll do this again in a minute. We'll do a couple because we have more people coming in. Hey, Falcon girl. So we're going to put our 2 strips together. Nope, that one's been around for a while. Yeah, it's been around for a while. The new one I have is just a smaller one called Scrap Girls, and I'll show that in a little bit if you want to see it again. It's just a small kit. All right, so we have it into this side like that. And you see where we're going? And we fold those down, and this is where we're going to add our glue and then put this on top. So we'll have to make sure we line it up how we want it. All right, let's go for it. Glue on the flaps. And make sure it's kind of in the center. Hold it down for a minute. I like to come back here and make sure it's not sticking till it's fully dry. Okay. And then we fold that down. It's a little stiff still. I've got to figure that out. Okay, there we go. Now we can add some pockets. We can add some flip ends. You could sew in pages to make it a journal. So we could make it a journal like this and sew in pages. We could put a little pocket here. So, all right, let's do, where now the pages go. We'll make another little pocket here. Let's see. I'll pick another paper out of here. That goes with it. Maybe we should do this one. So let's do 4 by maybe 1.5 or 2 inches. Workspace is getting smaller. Oh, there goes the glue. Okay. 4 inches. And then our pocket can be, let's do 2.5 inches. No, I think 2 inches. Yeah. There we go. Move that out of our way. Whoops, sorry. I moved the camera. Put a little tab in there. Eyeball the center. There you go. And we'll ink that up. Hey, the crafty teacher. How are you? All right. Let's see, that's a nice little pocket there. Move over. There we go. All right, and then we can put some cards. Maybe we'll put some Scrap Girl cards in there at the end. We can decorate this up. Put a little gem on the outside or a flower, some lace on it, however you want to do that. Sky's the limit. Hey, Stillcraft, welcome in. All right, let's make one more. And then we'll show some journals, go from there, and then see what happens. We'll play it by ear. All right, I'm going to cut off 2.5 inches again. I think that was a good size. So that was a 4 by 12, but we cut off 2.5 inches. And we'll use that in a minute. And then let's see, what did we make? So this was, we just eyeballed it. That's about 1 inch. And that was a little around 4. And then 3, between 3.5 and 3 3/4. All right, let's go for it. Doesn't have to be exact. All right. So 1 inch, we're just scoring here. A 1 inch score for our flap. Okay, and then 4 inches. So I'm going to go up to 5. All right, let's see how we did. Oh, we mismeasured. That's okay. Mismeasured. I was trying to make it so easy. Oh, that must be more than 1 inch. All right. Let's go to our next one because I think that might take too much. Hey, Lisa, welcome in. Let's do it this way. I'm bad at measuring, guys. All right, that works. And then make sure we leave some at the top. And we want our slider, so we're going to cut some of that flap off so we can put a slider on. So we'll do a little more than 1, maybe 1.5. There we go. See if that's better. All right, we did it. 1.5 on the flap instead of 1. All right, now we're going to make our slider. So let's find our ruler. Put it in the center so we have a middle line. So mine's going to be the 3. And grab your pencil. We're going to go just a little bit to the left of the 3-inch line. And we're going to start up probably right about here. And we'll go down to 4 3/4. Let's try that far. Hey, Made by You. Welcome in. Love your name. What's everyone up to tonight? Anyone crafting? All right, we're going to just mark the bottom of that and the top of this. All right, now we're going to use our X-Acto knife. We're going to just do one layer. We're going to do the top flap first so we can use it to draw the rest of the bottom. All right. I'm glad you looked. You wouldn't want to get that twice, but I would just give you something else if you did. You guys have any requests for digital kits that you're wanting? Let me know because it's summer. I have a little more time now. I was thinking about making a French, like, um, a French, not like, kind of like cottage core meets French. I don't know. All right, now we're gonna take our pencil. All right, now we have our full one on the bottom because I traced that top flap. Silhouettes, okay. What time era? Like ball gowns or? All right, I'm gonna use the ruler. I can get straighter when I do that. I think I had the ruler on the wrong side last time. That's why I messed up. Okay. I'll add it to my list. I'm just going to cut the sliver out. All right. Now we can ink that up. That's kind of a long one. It doesn't have to really be that long, but oh, this whole thing is longer. That's why. That's okay. Hey, Stormy, welcome in. How are you? Hope you're not driving anymore, Agnes. Are you done driving? Oh, okay, good. Don't make me nervous. When I see Life 360 and it tells me one of my daughters had a risky drive, I'm like, what? Why? What did you do? What were you doing? Why is your drive risky? All right, let's make our little mechanism. So here is our strip of cardstock. This is 3/4 of a strip, 3/4 of an inch wide. And we're going to cut it to 3 inches long. And we're going to do a 1/2 inch, score at a 1/2 inch. And we're going to score at an inch. And score at an inch, 1/2 inch, and then an inch. All right, so we have an inch in the center and then 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch on each side. Okay, now we need some circles. We'll do about 3. This is a 1.5 inch punch. Smaller would be fine too. Let's do 3 cardstock circles. And I'm using cardstock just for the strength. It's stronger than the scrapbook paper. Eh, maybe. And we'll find something pretty to punch for our little button closure. There, that works. Okay, let's ink that up. All right. Anyone have any summer plans? Any trips you're going on? Let me know. We're thinking about Chicago. So if you are a Chicagoan or know it well, let me know all the tips. Glue our circles together. Okay. And then we're going to use our little slider mechanism. So at the 1 inch mark, we're going to fold it all the way over and then fold back the 1/2 inch mark. Same thing on the other side. Fold in the 1 inch, fold back the 1/2 inch. We have this little thing. Okay, we're going to go inside and go up. Maybe move it down to the bottom, make sure it moves. I think that's what I didn't do on the other one. Oh, cool. My daughter has a bunch of museums and things she wants to see. So, mostly what we'll do, see the lakes, that kind of stuff. All right, then with these 2 flaps, we're going to put a little glue on each tab so it can hold our circle down. Okay. My dad's he only knows old school Chicago from probably when it was really dangerous. I don't know when that would have been. But he's like, no, it's not a place for girls to go by themselves. Well, I'm not a girl, but Paper Trail Amanda, I believe. If you can't find it, just send me a DM and I'll send you. I could send you the link later. There you go. Make sure it moves. And when you close it, we have our working navy pier. Okay. And then we can add a little pocket inside. Let's add our same one. That worked pretty well. This one's a little taller, so maybe we'll do it a little more than 2 inches. I want a pencil. Okay. Remember, you don't have to put pockets in. You could put tabs, fold outs. Sky's the limit. I'm just being boring today. This could be that cover of your journal, and you could sew in pages too, this way. All right, let's do a little thumb hole. Might be a little crooked. All right. My oldest daughter is going to go pick up her sister for me, so that's super nice. Got to look for her a car so we don't have to keep picking her up. She just got a job. She's 15. So, time to do some car shopping. Okay. There we go. I can decorate the front some more, however you want. Let's add some cards to these. I have some extra pages of our new cards. So let's do that. Hey, Grana's little darlings, welcome in. Let's see. Here's some extra cards. Let's move these guys. Cut a few out. And then, oh, those are the same. Let's grab a different one. There we go. Ha. This is a new little kit that I have. It's called Scrap Girls. If you're interested, let me know. We can pin it. You can buy my kits digitally, or I can print it for you. I don't cut them out for you, though, because look how crooked I am. I got my nice long walk in this morning. It was still wonderful weather. It's not supposed to rain till tonight again, so that's good. Not sure if I'm going to be able to tomorrow. We'll see. What's everyone else been up to? Yeah, we can give them each 3 little scrap doll cards. I love these mixed media, piecing all that together. They're cute. All right. Excuse me. Still have this leftover cough. Okay. Let's add these to our slider pockets. Hi, Delaney. These guys are a little too big. I got a drink so I can stop. Okay. Sometimes if it glues too far, if you put your bone folder or paintbrush end, and you can make it open up a little bit more. Let's see if that does it. Yep, that'll work. We could also just trim a little bit on the cards too if we need to. All right. Hey, Jay Harkins and Deb, welcome in. All right. Should we decorate these up a little bit on the front? Yeah, no problem on this one. Oh, come on. Here we go. Let's see. I had some Timmy. I might have to go grab my Timmy box. Yeah, these don't quite go. Hi, Florence. Welcome in. Maybe we could just add some lace. Oh, that dresses it up nice, doesn't it? Let's do that. We'll just use our art glitter glue because that's what I have out right here. And where's my scissors? I have a little flower too. Oh, and I have some Timmy dolls that I got new too. Maybe we can add one of those if it works. All right, let's do that. Hi, Sandra. Welcome in. All right. Oh, found my art glitter. My Fabri-Tac. That might be better. I've got a mess going on today. Okay, yeah. When I tell Whatnot that I've sent it to you, they'll reimburse you. It still does that for once in a while. So don't worry. Keep watching. You should get it back. Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. I usually try to send it a couple days to a week after I've sent you the link. And they don't take it off, then I'll send it to them, and they usually do. I have to kind of explain it to them. I wish they would tell you on the support like who you're talking to. Because if I could talk to the same guy every time, it would help. I have to explain it new. I do. I just send it right back to them. Yep. I send them, well, this is your policy you've given me. That works pretty good. They'll be like, oh, can we keep a copy of that? Well, yeah, you guys gave it to me. Gotta love them. You can even glue this into your journal if you don't want to use that side, or you can decorate this side too. Sky's the limit. Let's see if any of these little dolls work. I think they're just a little too big. A little too big for our slider. All right, let's see. Some flowers. These might work. Oh yeah, this middle color looks good. Like it will go really well. Have to take it all out. Yep. Let's see. What do you guys think? This color? Or should we go this color? 1, 2, 3, or 4? What matches the best? One, 2, 3, or 4? Think I'm gonna go 3. Well, maybe, I don't know. I can't decide. We'll just do the top one and see if that works. We could also decorate that, but I think I like it better for these down here. And then back away. Hey, Midwest. Hey, Creative. How's it going? We're making our little slider pockets. And we can add a little gem to these, maybe. Let's add some gold. Hey, yes, this is Mars. Welcome in. How's everyone doing? Yes, I'm alive. All right. Just to give it a little pizzazz. Come on, glue. How are you, Creative? Hey, Gail, welcome in. Good, good. It is summer. Thank goodness. It was a rough year. Hey, Debrina. Aw, thanks. I've missed it too. Just needed to be on survival mode and family first and all that. My grad classes are done, and I'm not working except fun stuff like whatnot over the summer. So my brother's like, "Aren't you getting a job?" I'm like, "No, I'm not." I've been doing like 3 jobs, it seems like, all school year. So no. Come on, glue. Hi, Tarina. Welcome in. Yeah. All right, let's show off the sliders. And if anybody wants to see it, we can show it one more time, or we can show it at the end of the sale too. Okay. Still add a little word or something maybe to that. I just didn't bring them over yet. There's our slider. We got this idea from Brick Creates on YT. So it's not my own idea. All right. You can make them at any size. This could be a journal closure as well. Here's a smaller one we made. Some journal cards in those pockets. Yeah, I like that lace. I got some more lace. I just haven't gotten into it yet. I need to do a couple of days of organizing. And then I can get my new stuff out. All right, let's go ahead and see if anybody wants one of these while we clean up. And then at the end, if you stick around, if you want me to show you one more time, just let me know. So these are the slider pockets. And we'll run it. We'll just go about 15 seconds is all. There we go. Start moving our tools out of the way, especially our X-Acto knife. Really bad about that. Let's get that out of the way. All right, thanks for checking those out. And we're going to add one of these to our buyer's giveaway. All right, let's move these to the side and finish cleaning up just a little so we have some room. I'm in desperate need of organization now. All right. Let's see. We had some journals. I have some smaller ones. So if there's any you want to see, let me know. These are all 2 signature. So here's 4 small ones. And then we have 2 medium sized. And then we have 4 bigger. They're all 2 signatures, but they're a little bit bigger. Hi, Jixie and Sierra. Welcome in. So let's look at a couple of these. They're all similar but different, different fabrics. So they're all fabric and sewed on the edge. This has sari silk. It says enchanted on the front. And they're all sewed in with wax linen thread. And they have a mix of papers. So this one has a digital. It's coffee dyed paper, book page, book pages. Has one of our little fabric tabs. A little note paper flip. A little pocket. You can do something with that. It's made from a digital. Got glue on my fingers. Another digital page. Dictionary, color page. Here's a little ribbon, ruffle tab, grungy paper, book pages, coffee dyed paper, digital. It's nice to mix the papers. Got stuck a little. Some vintage ledger or notepad paper. A little pocket there. Game score. Little ruffle. All right. And then a little bag that's decorated up. There's some tickets inside. All right. Still a lot of decorating you can do on these. Okay. So I'll show a couple and then we'll run it. And if you want to see specific ones, let me know. But that's Enchanted. Similar to that is Thrive. Pretty lace around it. And then we have Independent. That's Timmy Paper from Love Be My Motive. This one's Visionary. Okay, those are the taller ones. These are with oh, what's that fabric called? I lost it. They all have a little bit of book paper batik. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. They all have some book pages and vintage papers to some effect. None of them I smell an odor on, but I can't promise it. These two have, this is one of my digitals that a customer who sells on here, she printed on fabric and gave me some of it. So that's actually one of my digitals. That's fabric. So this is Wild. A little pocket. So it's very similar pages. They're all different though. Ruffles and book pages. All the book pages will be vintage. So it's not strictly a little book flip. It's not strictly digitals. So a little tab with fabric underneath. Sure. Another little bag. All right, so that is Wild, and then we have Brave. These are the medium ones. And let's look at the tall, and you tell me which one if you want to see the inside. I'll show you the fronts. Hi, Hattie. Hi, Des. So we have Visionary with the purple, more reds, Independent, the Pretty Lace, which is Thrive, and Enchanted. Which one do you want to see? Thrive, you got it. Let's move some of these out of our way. There we go. Here is Thrive. I love that lace. This one has a ribbon closure, not sorry silk. Has that digital. That's a grungy paper, but it's not vintage. It's new. This is a letter, a check, blank checks. This is vintage. It's a book page. A little flip digital. This is from like a ledger notepad. Notebook, because that was 3-ring, but it's older. It's 81, so 80s. It's still vintage. That is a vintage, right? These are all the same price because they're all two signatures and they all have stitching. So they're starting at 14. I just kept them the same because it was the same amount of work because they're all have the same type of elements. There's a digital page flip. Book pages. Thanks. There's a little ribbon. Or not ribbon, ruffle. Okay, here's the second signature. Book paper. Little pocket. Here's a tab. Here's book page, the map. This is like that waxy map. That's a thicker paper. Digital. Book page. Another little pocket with some tickets. Coffee dyed paper, a ruffle. All right, I'll run this one in case you want it. Let me pin it. And that's running. Thanks, Agnes. I love that lace. I wish I had a whole bunch more of it. Thank you, Agnes. That is coming to you. Congrats, congrats. All right. I'll go through the fronts again and of the small ones. All right. Also, and if you want me to flip through others, let me know, friends. So here is a small one, Inspire. Has beads on the end of the ribbon and a little clip because that ribbon doesn't stay tied very well. Create. That's Timmy fabric. Or no, It's from Love. It might not be Timmy. It might be the other one she sells. Glow. It's a little stretchy lace closure. Wild with a batik and Brave. These are all sari silk ties. And that's not batik, but that's I think that's just from Joann's. And Passion. There's that pretty lace applique underneath. All right. So if you want to see any of those, and then the tall ones, Enchanted, Independent, or Visionary. If you want me to show inside, let me know. And I'll run them again. All are the same price. So I'll just run it. Here we go. And you can pick any of those. Enchanted. Yeah, let's look inside that one. And I'll just keep running it in case anybody wants to pick one up. So here's Enchanted. Sari Silk as the pink fabric. A lace behind it. Okay, coffee dyed paper book pages. It's one of those tabs with the fabric. Paper flip. Color page and a little flip pocket. Dictionary and a digital. Run it again. Let me go longer. Oh, there we go. Here's the little ruffle. Timmy ruffle. Thanks, Beck. Digital. Page tab. And the checks again. Hey, Bean, welcome in. Pocket on that one. Sorry, I'm a slow flipper today. And then this little ruffle. Thanks, Becca. Do you want this one, I'm assuming? If not, let me know. We can look at another one. I'll finish showing you real quick. The pocket with the tickets. All right, that one's coming to you. Thank you so much. All right, let me put your name on that one. All right. Any other journals we want to look at, let me know. I'll run it again and I'll show you the covers again. So that is Glow, Passion, two more small ones, Create, and Inspire. And then we have Brave and Wild, Visionary, and Independent. All right. Thanks for checking those out. I still have them in stock, so if you want me to bring them back, just let me know. We'll show a few more things, and then we'll do our buyer's giveaway. All right, I have 3 of these full-size ruffles left. Let me see if I can find it. There they are. Let me edit to put 3. Only it says 2. Okay. So these are where you can put them on the edge. You just put glue here and you can glue it to the edge of your paper in your journal. So that one, we have some threads coming off. And then this one. And then this lavender, bluish lavender one. All right, we'll run those. Oh, let me pin it. There we go. And we'll take that back to 15 seconds. All right. Thanks for checking those out. And we have a few more things. I have these little pockets. This one says, "Start doing things you love." It's embossed. It has some ladies inside. And this one says, "I just want to make nice things." And a couple ladies inside there. All right, we have 2 of those. There we go. Thanks, Agnes. Thank you. Would you like the left or the right? Or describe it however you would like. Nice things. You got it. Thank you. I'll run the other one just in case. All right. Thanks for checking that out. And we have one of these pockets left. It's another envelope one that's embossed. It says, "I am silently correcting your grammar." And it has these images in it. The pretty lace on the edge. And let's pin that. We may be doing that right. He looks really judgy too. Kids are in town for a funeral. So pack the car and dry your eyes. Thanks for checking the. Oh, thank you. Hey, Cindy, welcome in. How are you doing? Thank you, thank you. That's coming to you, Agnes. It is, yep. And Timmy ephemera too. And Timmy words on that one. All right, and this is a little bag. It takes those bags that I was embossing, and that it made the cover of the journal. So here's the little charm. All right. Here's the cover with some lace and pearls. And so inside of the bag, you have some images. And then we have some grungy papers. These are not vintage. These are all just grungy paper. And then on the back, you also have some images. And the back cover. And last one of these, and has the little wing for the charm on the spine. And that is this one. And we'll run that. All right, thanks for checking that out. We have two more things, and then we'll show the sliders and the digital again. All right, this is, what do we call it? Um, let's see. This one, I don't remember. I think I call it dress forms. I don't think it's on that Canva because it was a one that I haven't updated yet. But this is dress forms. I think it's a small kit too. So if you do the small kit digital, I'll send that to you. Thanks. This is a coin envelope folder. Last one of these. So it has twine as the closure. I don't know why my twine is. There we go. My twine was being a little funky there. So the twine closes those two. And then it opens the top and the bottom, and it also has a charm, a bead charm on here. So those open. And then there's a little pocket here that flips up with some ladies in it. It says, "Be you bravely." And then it flips open. And it has these ladies from that dress form one again. And then this one. So all these little pockets. Closes, closes. And then you just tie the twine. It has some of that pretty lace on there too, vintage lace. There we go. We'll run that while we put it back together. All right, and we have one more project to look at. Thanks for checking that out. Welcome in, everyone. All right, this one is the same thing. This is a tie feature, sari silk with the beads and the charm. And this is a vellum, a little vellum closure that we made. And then this opens. It says, we are fearless, independent, and original." Has lace and then pockets. All of these are pockets with images in them. Pretty ladies. And this one has a flower. It says, "If you can make the world a little better, then you have accomplished a great deal." And I'm pretty sure this is a pocket. There we go. I should probably put a thumb hole in those. Some pretty dresses. Back in there. And then we have a little journal. Our hat. Love that. Dress. A little bow. And some lace and bows. And that's a vellum again. All right, and that closes up. That has the vellum closure. We'll put that back on and let's run that one. All right, thanks for checking those out. And then we have our little slider pockets. And we'll show that's what we've made tonight. Was these two. Has a little slider mechanism. So it opens up. And when it's pushed up, it closes it. If anybody's interested in learning about those, let me know. And we can, I don't know about tonight, but maybe we can come back on next time and do it again too. Or it should be on my YT. We'll run those one more time in case someone missed it. And then I'll show the digital. There it is. Thank you. All right. And the digital, if you're interested in that, you can get a digital copy or a printed out copy. Just let me know. This is called Scrap Girls, Little Mixed Media Girls. All right. Hopefully I can get that built back up this summer, but I just don't want to overpromise. Trying to do a no stress summer. Just fun, because when I enjoy it, I usually get more into it, you know? I don't want it to be more work. You get 6 pages of the girls and then 5 background pages. I think I'm missing one. Here it is. I know. I'm done. I'm just, I don't want to do any more grad classes. I thought I was done the last time. So, but that's okay. It's worth it now, but not what I wanted to do. All right, if you want the digital copy of this, it's right there. That means you can grab this digital. You can print it as many times as you want on whatever you want. And shrink it, or enlarge them. Okay, you can use it in your own work and sell that work. You just can't print and sell it as is, though. Okay, you cannot give it away. This is if you want it printed, I'm doing it as a large because I'm printing this one on thicker paper because it's like the cards. So large, it's printed, and small, it's the digital. If that makes sense, because I'm switching the paper type. So this is for the digital, and I'll pin to the printed. And if you got the wrong thing, just let me know. We'll make it right. No worries. And so that is for printed. And I'll print it on the nice thick paper. Oh, I was going to make one of those sliders out of this paper. I forgot. We can do that next time. Okay. All right. Sounds good. And if you want the dress forms, I can make that into a smaller kit too. I think I just had the actual dress forms as a small kit. So just let me know in a message and I can send you more previews if you are not finding what you want. No worries. Thank you all so much for coming and joining me tonight. Let's do a buyer's giveaway. We'll put some really good stuff in that. Okay. No worries. Just message me when you know what you want, okay? Or I can write it down now. I think you want it. Did you want this printed? Or are they all digital? Just let me know. All right, 4 all digital. Okay, perfect. Um, so for the buyer's giveaway, we have that pocket. And we're gonna add to that our slider. We'll do the butterfly slider. And let's throw in some stickers too. We'll do these. They have a goopy price tag, but we'll do these little foil stickers with the feathers. All right, that's for our buyer's giveaway. So get in there if you purchase something. Welcome in, everyone. Make sure you bookmark. I know I have for sure the Junk Journal Jamboree coming up, and I'm going to be adding some shows hopefully tomorrow. I'll add them for this week and next week. Try to get into a routine around this time or maybe a little bit later. We'll see. So, no worries. All right. I think I have our buyers in. Welcome in, everyone. All right. Let's see who wins. Agnes, this is coming to you. Congrats, congrats, and thank you. All right, friends. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope I'll see you again soon. Don't worry, I'm not disappearing again. And have a good night and a wonderful summer. Hopefully, some more sunshine is coming out. I'm sick of this rain. But let's go rate someone. Thank you. Oh, Love's on. Let's go see her. All right. Have a good